I stumbled across this super cool website when I was doing my UT dual credit training this summer. They had all these really interesting, like, interactive activities throughout their Canvas course. And I was like, man, I wish I could have that in my own course. So I asked one of the instructors what tool they used. And she told me that it was this website called H5P. And maybe you've heard of this before. I hadn't. So hopefully this is not old news. But if you go to H5P, there's kind of two different websites. There's like this official one that's h5p.com, or there's this other one, h5p.org, that kind of lets you try it out for free, and lets you create a little bit of content to just see kind of how you like it. Unfortunately, h5p.com is something that you have to pay for. I'm on a 30-day trial right now, but maybe at some point we can convince Miss Crawford to buy us like a campus plan, but that's another story for another day, I suppose. So what H5P is, it's all these little, like, little interactive tools. So there's some options here. I've kind of used up some of my other options, but it's just these things that you embed on your Blend page that are like quick checks for understanding, and it gives kids feedback in real time. So I created a couple. My favorites are the drag and drop ones. Let me see if I can find one. When I was writing curriculum this summer, one of the things they had was this page for how kids can find their grades in teams, and it was like super dry, and I felt like kids needed some kind of like check for understanding. So I created an H5P assignment, where it's like a fill in the blank drag and drop sentence frame to make sure they understood how to find their grades. So what it does is you type out what you want, you indicate which words you want to be kind of the drag and droppable words, and then kids have to drag them and drop them into their place. And it will tell you how many they got right. So let's see. If I did a couple of these, cloud. So I'll just do a couple and show you. So then when kids do this, they can hit check and it will show them how many they got right and how many they got wrong. And you can even customize this message to say whatever you want it to say. So mine says, ouch, you may want to review the PDF instructions more carefully. This is important stuff. And you can have that broken down between, like, I think mine is if they get less than half right, I tell them to review it. If they get like between 50% and 80% right, I kind of say like pretty good. And then if they get all of them right, I'm like, oh, you're amazing at this. So it's just like a really easy way. It embeds straight onto the Canvas page. It'll give you an embed code so that it pops up on the bottom of your page. And it just makes it to where it's not an extra assignment in Blend. It's not really anything they have to turn in. And it's not really anything that you would even get the feedback for necessarily. I think once you buy an account, you can monitor, however many questions kids got right. But I just think it's a good kind of stop for kids. It's interactive. I think I have another one too that's a drag and drop. So I made one for author's purpose where I gave the 3 types of writing, and then they have to drag and drop the types of the example pieces, I guess. So like an article would be informing, a commercial would be persuading, and then they would do these and kind of check to see if they got it right. And then they would hit check, and there it is. I did another one for Avid that was college logos. Might be further down. So I created a picture that had all these different college logos, and they have to drag and drop the college name onto that logo, and then it'll check them when they're done. So it just gives like some easy formative checks for kids so that they can kind of see, like, am I getting it? Am I not getting it? It's really not extra work in Blend. You just build it here and then you embed it into your Blend page. It's just something that I found that was like really cool and fun. There's other options too for the type of content that you can create. I don't know how to get back to the options. Here they are. So there's quiz, there's an accordion, collages, dialogue cards, drag the words, fill in the blanks, guess the answer, memory game, multiple choice, true and false, hotspots, image slider. So again, like just cool little formative checks for understanding. I don't know how many you can create on the free account. Like I said, I think once I created all these drag and drops, I like maxed out my ability to make more of those so I can make different kinds. I just can't make any more of these drag and drops. But I'm still playing around with it. I've only been using it for like a month. But I thought it was kind of a cool tool, like I said, just to check in with kids, give them something to do on the Blend page instead of just reading content. And it kind of makes it a little bit more fun than like a quiz or a pretty standard like text entry.